On this lesson, we're going to be learning the famous Rolling Stones tune, Beast of Burden. From an arrangement standpoint, super easy tune because there's really just two parts. The verses, and they vamp on it a lot. That main thing that I was playing, that's a little tricky, but you can get it with some practice. And then there's the little, one other little part that just changes chords a couple times. Some different voicings, if you're not familiar with. So it's mainly B and E, B, E, C, sharp minor. Got an A in there, and an E over G sharp. That's the main chords there. So the B shape comes from a B major bar chord with the root on the E string, that shape. But we're just going to play the higher strings. So you just have to bar the 7th fret, E, B string, then you got 8th fret G, 9th fret D. And really you don't even need the high E string. You're just going to go like that. You don't even need to bar that. Okay? So the trickiest part about this tune is this first hammer-on. So you got to hit the B and then roll your finger, your third finger over to bar the 9th fret of the D, G, and B string, making an E chord. Comes from this shape. So that's the first thing you're going to need to practice with this. So once you get that down, you're going to strum it 2 more times. And then you got a little dead note there. Then back to the B. So far. Then we're going to go up to this C sharp minor. So this comes from a C sharp minor bar chord with the root on the E string. But again, we're just playing the top 4 strings, the highest 4 strings. And really, you probably won't even hit the high E string. So you're going to hit that twice. Another dead note. And then you got this little hammer-on. So you're going to pluck 9th fret D and G strings, hammer on the 11th fret D string, and then you're going to play 9 and 10, 9th fret G, 10th fret B, making, that's part of an A major triad. Like if you had your D shape and you just went on down, that would be A right there. Or you could look at it as part of that A, like a C shape. A chord. So that's the main lick. You kind of definitely accent that A. I'm doing an upstroke. I'm kind of plucking it kind of hard. And then, so in the correct tempo, so you play that. When it goes to the next part, it's just A, same kind of shape. Now I'm going to add, I like to play my A like that. So basically a full bar chord without the root there. So you can play it like this, or you can play it like this. I'm going to play it like this because I like having the 5 on the bottom. It adds a little, makes it sound a little beefier. So it's going to be then to G, I'm sorry, not G, E over G sharp. So it's A, then you have this. So I'm just barring the 4th fret, D, G, B, and high E strings. Then I got 6th fret D string, 5th fret B string. So it's then back to A, and back to that, same thing. And then you go up to B, and here, I would just play the same voicing that you're gonna play in the verse, because you're gonna go right into it. It's just 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So you're back to the verse there. So that whole little chorus part. Whoops. And there, that's really the whole tune. Now, yeah, there's really nothing else to it except for those two parts, and they just kind of repeat. There's a lot of noodling going on in this tune. And if you want to do, I think Ronnie Wood's probably doing that stuff. I think it's Ronnie Wood that plays on this. And really, it's all based out of an E pentatonic major. So if you want to kind of practice noodling around, it's E. It's that shape. That kind of your pentatonic minor, move it back. 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, then play pentatonic minor there. That becomes E pentatonic major. So you can, just noodle around there. There's all kinds of. All kinds of stuff you can do, but he's noodling like the whole tune through that, it seems like, so. So you can do kind of a lot of stuff with that. So if you want to practice that stuff, I would suggest finding the tune like on YouTube or whatever, if you have it in your collection. Play it and just noodle along in E pentatonic major. Maybe you can pick out some of the licks that Ronnie Wood's doing. So pretty easy, really, from a arrangement standpoint. A little tricky, that verse part, but that's the parts for Beast of Burden by the Rolling Stones.